You see at the bottom?
There you go.
Perfect. Now you can go.
Hey, appreciate that. So, hi everybody, and thank you, Melissa and Jen. Thanks for everybody having me on. And look, I'm not going to bore you with the story of me because nobody really cares about that because it has nothing to do with you. So, but I'll just tell you the quick little synopsis. And I know you guys have lots of questions about quarter force and everything else. So I want to make sure I answer all those. So, pretty simple though. In the world of health and fitness, I started in the gym industry when I was 19. That was my first job, is working the front desk in West Texas when I was going to school at Texas Tech. And from there, it really has just morphed and has led me down a great path of being in the health and fitness industry. And what I love about it and what's kept me in it this entire time has been the positivity behind it. You know, everything that we do, everything I've been in the gym industry, everything about Beachbody, and then just in the health and fitness industry in general. I love the positivity behind it. And what I always say is nobody jumps into this to get worse. Nobody walks into the gym hoping to get in worse shape. So that it lends itself a nice positive environment. And that's what I love about it. And the same thing with Beachbody. For the older coaches that have been around for a while in Beachbody, you guys know that I was in Les Mills Pump, which was the collaborative effort between Les Mills and Beachbody back in the day. So that was your guys' first introduction to Jericho and I. And then, it was great. It just kind of, I think it was almost a domino effect of being in the right place at the right time. And it just worked out for Jericho and I. We were both, we were the only two from that crew that were on the West Coast. Well, there's only 4 of us total that were from the States. And 2 of us were on the West Coast. And by that time I had moved back to LA. So at that point we were both LA based. So it worked out, and we had a great relationship with Beachbody and with you guys, and just kept, always talking about ideas. And then this idea came around with Carl 2 years ago. We started chatting about this, and fast forward, here you go. You have quarter force. So ta-da! There's 18 years of work. There you go. So no, but it's going great. So, but I do want to get to questions, because I know there's I saw the list of questions and it seemed like there were quite a few. So I want to make sure that I answer them. So Jen, you tell me, or Melissa, you tell me. This is your guys' world, so I'm just living in it.
Sorry, what was
Jen has.
Oh, can everybody get on the chat?
Yeah, I got the chat box open, so people want to start asking questions. Jen, I have the document that you sent me as well.
Yeah.
I can just go down that list if you want.
Yeah, that would be great. And then if people have more questions, then they can put them in the chat box, I guess.
I can do that. Hang on one second. Let me pull it back up. I just had it. Here it is. Okay. So let's see. A lot of questions about pregnancy and postpartum moms doing core to force. Yeah, well, one, I don't have any experience with postpartum, as you can guess, but we are getting this question a lot, and obviously my partner in crime, Jericho, she had Bex, and she actually was pregnant with Bex while we were conceptualizing core to force, and then let's see, he was born June of last year. So yeah, I was like right in the middle of everything. So I went through it and know way more about breast pumping than any man that doesn't have a kid ever should know about breast pumping. So I do know a few things. But when it comes to pregnancy and postpartum, look, first things first, you got to get clearance from your doctor. As long as your doctor says you're cleared to exercise, then by all means, you can do core to force. If you are pregnant, then as you're going through your trimesters, obviously after the first trimester, when you get into your second and third, you need to avoid certain exercises that are in prone or supine position, especially laying on your stomach. You can't do any of that. So you'll need to modify those accordingly. So obviously you won't be doing like the starfish or anything like that. But there are the modifications for it. So you can always go into, hands and knees and still doing leg and arm lifts. So you can still modify those accordingly. When it comes to postpartum, again, as long as you're cleared after you after your doctor clears you and you feel good, then jump into it. And this is a great program for bringing core strength and training into your body. And this is, there's a lot of things that happen to a woman with pregnancy, and I salute all of the moms that have had kids, because I cry when I stub my toe. So I can imagine what you guys go through. So, but the great thing about Core de Force, it is an amazing program to really bring some strength back into your core. And it's not just about doing crunches. If you guys have been doing Core de Force, you should know this by now. We don't do crunches. The closest thing we have a crunch is the boxing sit up, and there's a few other things like that, but that's about it. Because we really are we're going for local stabilizer muscles, those little muscles that are close to your spine and work themselves out. Those are the muscles that we start with, and then we work our way from the inside out. So that's what Core de Force is all about, is working your core in its entirety. So as long as you get clearance, then by all means, do it as much as you want, listen to your body, and follow all the modifications whenever you need to, right? Listen to your body. Your body's going to tell you. Let's see. So in terms of, what advice do I have for someone just starting this program? One of my favorite things about the outcome, the output product of Core de Force that Jericho and I put together was we were really focused on making this program accessible for everybody. We worked really hard on it. That's why we worked 18 months on this program, from concept planning to actually coming out an announcement, because we really wanted to make sure that this program was going to be attainable for everybody. So there's a lot of things about this program that it makes it anybody can do it. You're not trying to keep up with anybody else. That's why it's not on the beat. It's not on a musical beat. It's we stuck with authenticity in the world of mixed martial arts and boxing. So there's no reason why it's not on the music. And you don't have to keep up with anybody. You don't have to keep up with us or anybody else in the cast. It's you against you. And that's how this program is always going to be. It's always going to be you against you. And so for, in terms of advice for someone starting out, they're going to if they watch a video, they might say, oh, it's too hard. It's too intense. I can't do it. Well, they're giving up before they even tried it. And it really comes down to talking to people and telling them, look, this program is designed for it to be you against no one else but yourself. And there's a lot of things that we put into it in terms of working at your own pace. Jessica, our modifiers in it, she's showing you all the modifications whenever necessary. And there's nothing about speed. We don't tell you that you have to keep up with us. We challenge you, but there's no have-tos. It's all just trying to push and challenge people to do better and push themselves harder. But this program is designed for everybody. 100%. So what I tell people too is just do it. Just jump in and do MMA speeds. The first workout's only 27 minutes. Just go in there and try it. The worst thing you have to lose in the world is some weight and inches and gain confidence. If you want to do that sort of thing, if you're interested in that. Why do we add containers in during the program? Pretty simple on this one. As the workouts progress in length, so like MMA speed is 6 rounds, then MMA shred is 9 rounds, MMA plyo and power are 12 rounds. So as we make you work harder, we got to give your body more food. And simple analogy is, if you want your car to go further, you got to put more fuel in it. So it's that simple. So I know it's kind of counterintuitive sometimes when people see, hey, we actually get to eat more food, but regardless, this is a higher intensity program. You are working at a great intensity, so you have to fuel your body, guys. Now that it's been out for a while, we've been hearing lots of things and getting lots of feedback from coaches and whatnot, and gotten some messages of people saying that they're doing the food plan from a different program for this one, to which I'm like, you're crazy, because this is designed, the eating plan, the Core de Force eating plan is designed specifically for the workouts and to follow the workout calendar. The workout calendar follows the eating plan and vice versa. So to try to combine things that are not designed that way, that's not going to give you the best results. And it's not going to, you're not going to feel good. You're just going to be hungry. And I hate being hungry. So I'm not going to do that. So there you go. Let's see. Let's talk about live format. So yeah, a lot of people have been asking us about Core de Force Live. Yes, we are working on Core de Force Live. Yes, it is coming. No, I'm not going to tell you when, and no, I'm not going to tell you anything about it because we're still making it. So we're designing it, but I promise you it will be very true to Court of Force, the home program, in terms of the structure. This is we love the structure that we developed with the 3-minute rounds and the interval training in each 3-minute round. So it will be, we're testing some stuff right now. It's going out actually and being tested in the next couple of weeks. So it's a work in progress. So it will be very cool and very similar to the home product for familiarity purposes. So that'll be great. It'll launch, well, I'll tell you this. You can get certified in it this year sometime between January 6th, tomorrow, and December 31st. So there's your window. Okay? Something to look forward to, right? Is Court of Force 2 in the making? Or is there a program we're working on for this upcoming year? Well, one, we can't tell you guys what we're working on up to a certain extent. So come on. I don't even know why you guys ask that. You're coaches. You know better. But the great thing about all the new technology that's out there is, we don't have to sit around and wait and work on a new program and we're work on part 2. That's why we're able to do the 2.0s, the Court of Force 2.0s, MMA Speed and MMA Shred 2.0s, and able to get them out pretty quick. So the Beachbody On Demand platform is awesome for that. I think right now at this stage we are, I don't want to say waiting, but we'll see. In the next couple of weeks, we get to work on the infomercial, and then that'll come out, I believe, in February or March. So that's our focus right now, is to get the infomercial going. It's going to be really cool. Wait till you hear who the host is. And no, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not even going to give you any hints because it's going to blow your mind. You're going to love it. And so we're really excited about the infomercial. And then once that's done, we'll see about maybe doing some more 2.0s or 3.0s or 4.0s and just keep making it harder and pushing you guys. So that's what we're looking at right now. All right, thanks to that. And let's see. What inspired us to make this type of workout? A couple of things. One, the generic top level answer was to start the whole thing was, one, we knew with Carl that there was a gap in the Beachbody library for a mixed martial art workout. We know that, Les Mills Combat was in the library before, and that was their, the MMA, the Les Mills Beachbody Collaborative MMA inspired workout. But it wasn't, and not knocking anything. Look, you guys, I taught body combat for 9 years. So I'm not knocking any program. Don't ever think I'm doing that. I still love Dan and Rachel. I think they're amazing. What Jericho and I really wanted to do is we wanted to bring a level of authenticity and bring how fighters train in their gyms to the home world. And that was what that's what we tasked ourselves with. That's what we challenged ourselves, because this is how we train. I was in the boxing gym this morning, and if you see my eye twitching, it's because I got popped today. So I'm my contact is still all messed up. But that level of training is phenomenal. Fighters train, boxers, kickboxers, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, those disciplines, and these fighters, you guys see the end result on UFC when they're punching the crap out of each other. But what they do to get to that level of fitness is phenomenal. And that's really what we wanted to bring to the home world. We want, because not everybody can go to these gyms, and not everybody wants to get punched in the face. So we decided that, hey, how do you get the fitness benefits without getting punched in the face and without having to find the gym? So that's really where a lot of the inspiration came from Court of Force. We went back into the world of some of the things that we hadn't done in a long time. Boxing has been one of, boxing and kickboxing we've always been doing, but I started rolling in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and really getting into that. And that thing, that's intense. Went back into the world of MMA, Muay Thai kickboxing. And so just really, we did our research and we really worked with a lot of amazing fighters and looked how they trained and then modified it accordingly from a fitness perspective and also from a safety perspective, because we're not there to teach you right there. And so that's really where it came from. But we wanted to bring something that was authentic feeling, and then also we combine the authenticity, but then also bring the fun to it. And Jericho and I, we love to have fun. And if you guys can't tell, I'm a big goofball, but we want to have a good time, and we want to bring the energy of our background, which is group exercise. And group exercise classes have so much energy, and we wanted to bring that into the home world. So that's why we worked really hard to do that. on this one. Let's see. So this question is asking, why is this program so hard on the knees? How can we fix that? Are we doing something wrong? Yes, you are doing something wrong. If your knees are hurting you, you're doing something wrong. This is not a high impact program, guys. This is a higher intensity program, but relatively low impact. If you really think of it and you look at the list of the moves, there's very few where your feet even leave the ground. There's, obviously guarded squat, squat jump, and lateral jump, vertical jump. So there are some moves, of course, where your feet are going to leave the ground. But in terms of the majority of this workout, it is not supposed to be high impact. So if you are rotate, or if you're not rotating, you're going to feel it in your knees. This question was saying, when doing kicks, medial part of your knee is in pain as it gets twisted and overstretched. I would really go back and look at the Learn It and Work It's. We put those in there for a reason. Those really break down how you're supposed to be moving and rotating through these moves. Look at how Jericho and I work, and how we tell you all the stuff in the workouts. And a lot of times when you're doing a workout, you're so involved in what the move is, sometimes you miss a lot of the little cues. And I promise you, they're there. So what I always tell people is look, if you feel like you're not getting something down, or if you feel like that move hurts or something like that, go back and watch it when you're not actually going to do the workout. Go back and watch it separately, and just sit there and watch it and listen to what the cues are, and watch how our feet are moving, and watch the rotation, because I promise you, you're doing something incorrect. And you really want to make sure that you're not doing any sort of hyperextending or anything like that. So, and what I always tell people too is, if you still feel like you're not getting it, then film yourself, which I know all of you guys are coaches. All of you are filming your workouts and posting on freaking Facebook. So don't tell me you're not doing that. So what I say then is, go film yourself and then watch it and compare it to what you see in the videos. Sorry, guys. Getting a phone call through my computer. So, but no, you guys, watch the knees, and it's not supposed to be, you're not supposed to feel it. It's not supposed to hurt. All right, so are we planning on making our way to Canada? I would love to come to Canada again. I went to the last Super Saturday, or one of the last Super Saturdays was Toronto, and that was so much fun. So when it comes to Super Saturdays, we're just told where we go, basically. But yes, hopefully we can come to Canada. 8 cities in 3 days. I don't know if we're going to do that again. That was a lot of fun, but that was friggin' intense. We had a blast, but it was friggin' intense. I don't know if we'll do that again. Let me say, what is my take on cheat days? Those are my favorite days. That's my take on it. I absolutely love those days. I am a huge proponent in what I call is real life fitness, fitness realism. And what I tell people, I don't know if you popped on yesterday on the Facebook Live, I took over the Beachbody page and talked a little bit there for about 15 minutes and talked about that. And what I always tell people is, like, you just got to find what works in your life and the balance that works in your life. So if you're going for a specific goal, if you're going for something, a specific health benefit or something like that, then there might be things that you have to take out of your diet. So if, like, I'm trying to lose this much weight, I'm trying to tone and blah, 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 then you probably need to kill the wine for a little while. Sorry. But if you are just maintaining, if you're just saying, you know what, I'm happy where I'm at, I want to do this and this and this, but I want to live my life, then by all means, good God, have a glass of wine, have a bottle of wine. I don't care. It's like, enjoy your life. There's no reason to be fit if you're miserable, right? Like, I would not even be interested in that. So I love cheeseburgers. Scotch is one of my favorite little evening, I call it, my wife laughs at me because she always, it's called my sippy sip. I'm going to have a little sippy sip. And it's just, 2 fingers of Scotch neat. I love it. So, but then I wake up in the morning and I go box. Like, that's my balance. And I tell everyone to find your balance and, make yourself eat great and clean for 5 days of the week. And then the weekend hits and, take one day and enjoy yourself with your family. Like, live your life. There's a lot of stuff out there to live and enjoy it. So that's my take on it. Do I recommend weighted gloves? Hell no. Absolutely not. And most of you should know this by now, because I'm like watching everybody on Facebook and Instagram. If you post weighted gloves, you should know, like, I'm coming after you if I see it. And the reason for it is, well, a couple of things. One, if we wanted people to wear weighted gloves in this program, we would have designed the program to have weighted gloves in the kit. It would have come with it, right? It would have been like, you get weighted gloves. And it comes to the world of boxing, authentic style boxing. The very only time you will, pretty much the only time that you will ever see fighters holding on to weights and punching is when they're doing light shadow boxing. So, and that is obviously to help work on speed and endurance. But I say light shadow boxing is in not full extension movements, because we're working on the minute you start to extend past your lever's certain length in terms of your arms, or if you're wearing ankle weights, your legs, then you run a risk of hyperextension in your joints. So now look, this is our program. I'm not talking about any other program that comes with weighted gloves or has weighted gloves in them. This is ours. So listen to me when I say that. I'm not saying weighted gloves are bad. I'm saying they're bad for core to force. Don't wear them. You don't even need regular gloves. And you guys, I know people are like, well, I feel so much more badass with the regular gloves. Well, from a safety standpoint, especially if they have Velcro around the wrists, and if you guys are doing core to force, you know there's a lot of ground to fighter stance, things like that. There's a lot of ground up and down movements, and you need to have full wrist stability and control. Wraps, gloves, those are meant to, in the boxing world, they're meant to support your wrist, but that's for impact. That's when you're actually going to punch something. You're punching air in core to force. There's no resistance in air, which means you don't need any wrist support. So no weighted gloves. I promise you, if you think the weighted gloves are going to give you more of a workout, then you need to go back and look at the Learn It and Work It and slow down and work on your rotation more, because that's where you get more out of this program. In terms of shoes or bare feet, we don't necessarily recommend bare feet. We know that some people do it. That's up to you if you feel comfortable in it and your workout surface at home. Because we know people are working at home. If that's what you want to do, great. In terms of shoes, though, you definitely need something that has some lateral support. Cross trainers. Jericho and I, our favorites. For the girls, she loves the Hyasus, the Reebok Hyasus, and then I love the Z Quicks and the new Urflex from Reebok. They're great. They're lightweight. You want something that lets your foot move yet still has control. If you're a Nike person, Nike Frees are good. So you want to make sure that you have some sort of movement in there. And you don't want anything in terms of like running shoes that have a lot of grip and tread on the bottom, because there's a lot of rotational movements, right? You're pivoting on the balls of your feet in this program. So it will be good to have something that has like a smoother sole underneath. And the Reeboks, like the Hyasus that Jericho has in the program video, they're perfect. They're actually a dancing shoe Reebok made. So they have like the pivot. It's like a pivot zone on the sole of the shoe. It's pretty cool, and they look cool too. Let me see.
Joel, can I ask you something? Or I would really like to kind of quickly, so you're not like answering questions the whole time. I just kind of wanted to just thank you for changing my life. Core to force. I'm sorry, I was just all emotional there for a minute. Well, thank you. That's all right. I'm glad. Hey, look, Core to Force is great. We've been so excited to watch. Look, we knew about this for a long time, and we knew what the program was going to do for a long time because we were obviously able to test it. And we tested it back in January at Beach Body headquarters for 3 months, and the results were phenomenal. Like, we're posting about it all the time and showing you guys what the potential is. And then we did the coaching test group, and we felt that was our first real test because we weren't there. We weren't there to supervise everybody. We were able to just kind of check in, and it's been amazing to watch everybody, and Jen included, to really go into this. And physical results. Look, if you eat right and you work out, you're going to see physical results. We want to take that a step further as well and go into the psychological, the mental shift that happens with when you're fighting, and that's really where this comes from. So congrats, Jen, and everybody on the results. Well, I suffer from fibromyalgia, so it's not easy to work out, and I love the fact that it seemed like every time I did the workout, you guys would say something at the right time when I just wanted to quit. And you'd be like, only 3 minutes, you can do this. You can do anything in 3 minutes. Or you'd have some crazy quote that would make me smile and just keep me going. And
I just love the way that the whole program is laid out and how it completely changed my life, because I was lost last year and this program changed my life. So thank you.
Oh, everybody's starting to cry. Stop it.
I'm sorry.
Stop, no tears. It's happy crying though. That's awesome. No, it's absolutely awesome. And look, this is why we do it. This is why we were so excited for Quarter Force to come out. We knew what we were going to come up against in terms of, comparisons to other programs. And this is just in the Beachbody community, because again, you guys have had a whole lot of stuff to compare to. But we know what this program can do. We're really excited to get to the general population, obviously through you guys, and then through the infomercial as well. So it's going to be phenomenal. We think it's going to be a game changer, and so far so good. We're breaking every Beachbody record right now, so that's awesome. It's really exciting. So it's very cool.
I interrupted you.
No, it's fine. You gave me a chance to get a quick sip, so thank you for that. And no, guys, it's not a beer. It's a LaCroix water, just so you know, with Coors Light in it. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. So there's only a couple questions left, so we're going through. This is great. And I'm glad you guys asked this question too. Some clients are inquiring about the imbalance of exercises between sides of the body. So first things first, do you really think we would have come out with a program that was going to make one side of your body stronger than the other? Do you really think that? Come on, right? Like, there's no way. We're not going to do a program that's going to make you walk in circles. That's silly. So what you have to think about is the fact that we are working through different planes of motion in this program. Anytime that you are working through the transverse plane of movements, which most of boxing and kickboxing combinations are, that's the rotational movement, then you are not necessarily working a muscle dominant movement. It's not a muscle dominant movement like a lunge. A lunge is a muscle dominant movement, right? We're isolating certain muscles, we're putting the pressure into those muscles. Now, if you look at the program, anytime you do a lunge, anytime you do a muscle dominant movement, of course you switch sides. But like MMA Speed, for instance, the first workout in the program is predominantly boxing with a little bit of kickboxing with the switch knees. That's pretty much it. So because of that, you're just doing transverse movements almost the entire time. So you don't have to switch. Now, if people feel like that their left leg hurts more or their left leg is sore the next day after doing MMA Speed, that's where you go. Again, that means they're doing something wrong. And a lot of times when it comes to your stance, if you're not used to being in a boxing stance, if you've never been in a boxing stance before, we see all the time in the videos where people tend to put way too much weight on their front leg, or they're like almost in a lunge position when they're punching. And if you've done MMA kick butt, you'll see the difference between an actual lunge where you come down into a lunge and you have to punch versus an actual fight stance. So in a fight stance, your balance should be, you should have balance between both feet. That way you can go back and forth. That way you can rotate on the transverse plane of movement. So promise you, it's even. Cool? Everybody thumbs up? Okay, cool. So it's even, and you're not going to wear weighted gloves. That's pretty much the two biggest points that I want everyone to really understand. But I get it, because look, from a fitness perspective, and for people that aren't used to boxing and stuff like that, and we're so used to everything in the world is all about switching sides, right? In the fitness world. So, but if you talk to a lot of, we talk to fighters, they fight from their dominant stance. Now, that's not to say you'll never switch sides. We do switch in the program a little bit, change it up, challenge you, but at the same time, we only do it when it's absolutely necessary, because we want you to get as much out of this in your dominant stance as possible. And the last question on this page, do Jericho and I have our own challenge accountability group? That is so funny that question is on there. I don't know if anybody has seen what we just posted the past couple of days, but we decided, we were talking about this a couple of days ago. We're like, you know what? Because we weren't going to. And we were just like, you know what? Screw it. Let's do one. So we created the Fight For It 2017 with Jericho and Joel Facebook support group. So it's on Jericho's and mine social media with the links in there. It's pretty cool. We launched it yesterday, and I think we're already up to almost like 3,000 people, and it's really exciting. The only criteria is you have to do Quarter Force. You have to commit to doing Quarter Force for 30 days. Doesn't matter if you're already doing it. or you want to start it over on Monday, whatever you want to do, but you have to be doing, excuse me, the Quarter Force base, deluxe, and we're going to let people slide with the hybrid, even though we prefer base and deluxe. But that's the only criteria. So if you meet that criteria, then throw the requests out there, and we're going to figure out, because we were traveling this weekend for Super Saturdays, but on Monday we're going to get together. We're going to come up with some cool stuff and things like that, and we're going to go big on the prizes. Like, I think we're going to probably take the grand prize winner. We don't know what that actually means yet, but whoever wins the grand prize, we're going to just fly you guys out here, and you're going to get to work out with us and hang out with us for the day. You know, if you want to do this, we'll take you boxing, real boxing, so you can feel what it's really like. So that's the challenge group thing. Let me see. I think there was a couple questions in the chat. Let's see. Will there ever be a chance we would make a calendar for Quarter Force on the go for crazy moms? I struggle to fit in the longer workouts. Yeah, look, we know that there's some workouts in there that are longer than 30 minutes, especially when you start stacking them. And to that, I mean, look, everybody has lots of things going on in their life. When it comes to a specific move, like dynamic strength, for instance, it's like 47 minutes or something like that. It's good memory, huh? It's, that type of movement, the way we do it, that's how you're going to get the best results. You can get great results in 20 minutes or 30 minutes, but the way, again, just for this program, the way we designed it is that is going to be that time frame, that design, that many rounds in that round structure. That's how you can get the most out of it. So I don't know if we're going to shorten anything. Doing half of dynamic strength is better than doing none of dynamic strength. So it repeats itself. So if that's the case, then just do half of it and just try to do the progressions and make it a little bit more challenging, right? So you can always do that. If you can't do MMA plyo 12 rounds, do MMA plyo 9 rounds. It's something's better than nothing on that one. But again, optimum results, follow the calendar exactly the way it's written. How do we create the cast in Quarter Force? Actually, most of the casts in Quarter Force are boxing and kickboxing trainers themselves. And a lot of them came from one of our favorite gyms in Santa Monica. We worked with them, and we were developing this, and we brought them in. So Talia and Byron, Brian, Jasper, that guy is a Muay Thai badass, if you can't tell. And so, we brought a lot of those guys in that had this because, again, we wanted it to be authentic, and so that's pretty much how the cast came about. Let me see. I hope Karen's hoping the weather holds up so she can come to the DC on Saturday. You guys, I'm hoping the weather holds up. I live in LA, and it's like 32 degrees in Virginia right now. What are you guys trying to do to me? And then I have to fly to Miami where it's 80 degrees. I don't even know what to pack. I haven't packed yet because I have no idea how the hell I'm supposed to pack a carry-on with a parka and a bathing suit. Like, I don't even know what to do at that point. So should be interesting what actually goes into my suitcase tonight. Let me see. I think I got all the questions. Oh, wait. Jessica. Oh, Jessica asked me one. Not on the Quarter Force, but still a great question. Any suggestions to get for drinks for men trying to get off of pop? Coke, soda? Yeah. Look, this is my favorite. I love Diet Coke. I'm a huge fan. I grew up with my stepmom. She was a total Diet Coke fiend. And then my aunt is a Diet Pepsi fiend. So I was always around it, and I love the taste of it, but we all know it's not the best for you. The LaCroix, the flavored waters are honestly my favorite. Between these and Frescas, like a Fresca, it's a soda. It tastes like you're drinking a soda, and it's carbonated. But the LaCroix have zero everything, like 0.000 on the nutrition fact. So, a lot of times it's a feeling of needing the carbonation and whatnot. So I would totally suggest that there, and like everybody's jumping on that wagon. So like Dasani came out with some, I don't know where you guys are, but like we have a Ralph's supermarket and Ralph's brand, like Kroger brand, they have their own too. So there's a lot of stuff out there. It's just lightly flavored. So that's my suggestion. Okay. I got all the questions. I think I did it. Let's see. Keisha. Oh, Keisha, I don't know where I am. I'm in LA right now. But no, so for Super Saturdays this weekend, I leave tomorrow morning, and I was told Washington, D.C., but the address said Virginia. So I suck at East Coast geography, guys. I have no idea where I'm going. But check that out, and then I'll be in Miami I'm doing 2 this time. So I'm going to Washington, D.C. on Saturday morning, and then I'll fly to Miami that night and thaw out Sunday morning. Any other questions? Want to come to Okinawa, Japan? Hell yeah. Let's do that. That'd be fun. Totally down for that. That's a heck of a Super Saturday flight.
Wow, that was awesome, Joel. Thanks for answering all the questions.
Yeah.
And for being on this call tonight. I really appreciate it. And sorry I got all crazy emotional, but wanted to tell you that
somebody on Nicole's thing wrote me a little sign that says, "Hi, Joel." It's backwards. I can't. So I think that says, it says, "Hi, Loge." No, it's "Hi, Joel." Hi.
Did you want to add anything in, Melissa?
You know, Joel, I'm a network, and throughout the years that I've been a coach, I've honestly, wholeheartedly have never heard so many praises for him that we've brought out. It seems to me that it takes them to the next level, but then you also have the beginner that feels very comfortable starting with this program. So I just want to say thank you, because it's really nice to have something that I honestly have not heard one negative thing. I mean, you and Jericho are amazing, and being an instructor myself, I appreciate the way that you cue and the way that the people watching. But not only that, I just have not heard one thing that is derogatory. Not a single. That is a very first for me. You and Jared took so much time in creating something that seems to be just such a blessing to everybody. I mean, you've seen what it did for Jennifer.
Yeah.
And so just from the team and myself specifically, thank you for putting that extra effort in, because we're really proud to represent it. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Awkward silence. Hello.
Well, hey, look, it's, when we designed.
It's my delay.
Sorry. I think Melissa, you're breaking up a little bit, or maybe it's my computer. I don't know. Lost you? Was anybody else? Am I here by myself?
No, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Melissa. I think your connection's not working on that one. So sorry. But I got most of that, and so thank you guys. And look, we developed something, and we wrote something that we hoped that we felt really strongly about. And then when it came out and we saw what it could do, and it's like it's a new experience for us. We've never designed something like this from the ground up, and exclusive to us. And then we were really excited to say that we wrote this. This is our thing. And then we saw what it could do. We saw the results, and it was phenomenal. And we got even more excited for it to come out. And then when it came out, I remember even backstage at Summit when the sizzle came on, we were both like trying not to throw up, because we were like, what's everyone going to say? Like, are they going to be excited? Are they not? And then the first sneak peek came out on BOD, and we were like, trying not to throw up, because again, it was the same thing. It's just been a lot of trying not to throw up moments, but it's been awesome. It's been amazing to watch. I'm on Facebook and Instagram all day long, just looking at hashtags and looking at everybody, and so is Jericho. We're looking at what you guys are posting. That's huge to us. That means the world to us, is to see the results and what people are posting. And then, for calls like this and talking and to everybody, is like, look, we're just wanting to replicate ourselves and our knowledge to you guys. We want to impart what we know and make it to where when you guys start talking to your clients and prospects about Core de Force, it's as if Jericho and I are sitting there talking to them ourselves. That's really what we're wanting to do. So that's why we're wanting to get this information out. Like, we're not holding anything back. We're not like, I can't tell you the formula. It's a secret. No, here, bam, there's the formula. There's the recipe. This is how it works, because that's how we can keep growing the base in Beachbody. That's how we can get more coaches going on. That's how we can get more people moving. And that's how we can battle obesity. I mean, that's the secret. So we just got to keep sharing stuff. So, and have a little bit of fun and a beer and a burger in the process. Totally okay.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's pretty much it. Hey, does everyone want to say goodbye to Joel and thank them? You guys can all unmute yourself. I don't know how to do it on my end to unmute everybody.
That's loud.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Nice.
Thanks, Joel. Good
I
night.
love it. I love it, guys. Thanks. So, hey, look, get on the group. Get on the support group, the Fight For It 2017 support group on Facebook. And, you know, like, that is not to try. We're not going up against anything else. We're not trying to place anything else. You know, you guys got your challenge groups with your members and your clients. Get them in there with that. We're simply creating this to where we can, it's just going to be more advice and stuff from Jericho and I. It's just a great place for us to give you guys more stuff. Use it on the track, you know, your My Challenge tracker. Use it in the health bet. Like, do whatever you're doing already. Join the Fight For It 2017. It's all one word on Facebook, Fight For It 2017. And then let's have some fun this year.
I'll find the link, you guys, and I'll post it in the group. So then everybody will have it and they can all.
Yeah, I posted it yesterday on my Facebook. I think Jericho posted today on her Facebook. So we'll post it again. Just get in there and have a good time.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, you.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Joel.
Good night.
Bye, Joel.
Horrible.